Hi guys, this is your streamer Carlos. On today's video, I'm going to give you my review of episode 7 of season 1 of How I Met Your Mother. An 8.5 rom-com. No, sorry, an 8.5 crush, and the legend, the myth of the cockamouse. So here we go, guys. I love this episode because it's broken up in 2 parts. And here's why. First part, it's something to do with Ted and a little bit of help and of Robin. So Robin, as you guys know by now, Robin is a Metro News 1 reporter. Well, in this episode, she did a report on a dating guru website called Love Solutions. And what Love Solutions is basically a dating website that does an algorithm. Basically, an algorithm is basically matching you up with your personality rating. Like, for example, if I was Ted, I would be an 8.5. Now, the perfect match for an 8.5 would be a 7.4, something like that. Well, something like that. Well, Ted. Well, first of all, scratch that. Ted gets bamboozled, gets his salsa tricked by his bro, by Barney when Barney says that he bought a boat and it sunk, and so Barney, or Jack Package, that is Barney's fake name to get into Love Solutions. But the owner or the owner of Love Solutions sees through Barney's trickery and says, "Get out of here, Jack Package." But in reality, it's Jack Packard, the French version of another French version of Barney's love antics, or one night stand antics. But the owner of Love Solutions says to Barney, "I'm gonna kick you out, but Ted, I want you to stay. Eventually, the Love Solutions owner convinces Ted to give her 3 days. Give her 3 days for her to match her up, or for the Love Solutions algorithm to match him up, meaning Ted, with a perfect match rating. But tragically, in a tragic, funny twist of fate, 3 days pass, and there's no match. But there was a little bit of progress. Hopeful but tragic hopefulness. The Love Solutions owner says, "I could have matched you with Sarah, and she was an 8.6. and you would have matched perfectly with her because you're a 9.6, but I matched her up with her with her with her current guy, and they're happy. But Ted, I promise you, don't lose hope. We will find someone for you. On the other side of this package of French package of love of an episode, Lily and Marshall have one night after drinking margaritas at McLaren's downstairs at McLaren's. They decide to, hook to the passionate cha cha cha, if you know what I mean. But they get spooked by a creature in the apartment, and they eventually come up with a name. Both Marshall and Lee come up with the name of the Cockamouse, half mouse and half cockroach. Of course, there's some naysayers, and the main naysayer of this empire of sucking all the sucking all the awesomeness of the Cockamouse is of course Robin. She thinks that both Marshall and Lily are on happy juice, if you know what I mean. If they have taken, good, that they're taking a happy juice trip, if you get my drift. But eventually, Marshall says, "Okay, if you don't believe me, I'm going to prove it to you. Okay, I'm going to prove it to you, Robin. Ness, the Loch Ness monster, that is real. Of course. Robin says, no. To the maple nut, for the love of Canadian honey, that is not true. The Loch Ness monster does not exist. For the love of maple honey, that the Nessie does not exist." Of course, Marshall and Lee take highly offense to that. It's like a steel chair to them, straight to the face and heart at the same time. And Marshall says, "Oh, okay, you really want me to go hardcore on you by reading to you, Robin, some strange things that have been going on this earth." And Marshall goes off. He goes hardcore on Robin. What about Roswell? What about Bigfoot? All that kind of stuff. Robin still won't budge until Marshall decides to trap the cockamouse, and give the cockamouse to one of his college friends that is a scientist. But tragically for Marshall and for Marshall's friend, the cockamouse is not in the container that Marshall brought his friend where it was supposed to contain the cockamouse. Tragically, the cockamouse was able to scurry or shimmy its way out of the container, and then it happened right there and there. Lily, and for the first time ever, with her own Canadian maple eyes, Robin saw the cool and awesome light of weirdness that is the cockamouse. As it goes for Ted, Love Solutions couldn't match him with anyone. The owner said, Ted, are you LGBT plus a little bit, and Ted said no. So after all the crushing reality of not getting a match with Love Solutions, Ted got desperate, and he found an 8.6 match for himself that Love Solutions was able to find for him, but this was before this current 8.6 match was before she was getting engaged. But the 8.6 match was getting married on Saturday. And as luck would have it, she's a doctor, a dermatologist, who loves to eat brunch, breakfast and lunch together. Perfect combo. Perfect couple combo. Couple things to do. Lunch and breakfast together. Perfect couple thing to do in the perfect couple world for Ted. She loves the summer breeze. She loves the summer breeze song. She adores the summer breeze song. Which guys, I can't remember the name of the band that sings that song or the singer for that matter. So please, you can help me with that. Check me on that. So the Ted's 8.6 match is a dermatologist, who in fact found a mole that looked a little bit funny. So later that day, after searching for this 8.6 girl, 8.6 girl. Uh, and after seeing her for the first time, and after she said, and after the her she checked Ted out. Marshall was still trying to convince Robin, Robin, Robin that the that many other strange creatures made their home here on Earth, like crop circles and other cool stuff and creepy stuff. So after Ted came back, Marshall Marshall said to Ted, you you a doctor called for you, but you didn't answer, so she left a voice message on the answering machine. Now the message was that the mole that Ted's funny mole had to be extracted. Funny looking mole had to be extracted before it became even more funnier in a bad way, if you know what I mean. But Ted was thinking. Ted thought that the doctor, needed to talk to him because she was having second thoughts about marrying, or going through her wedding with her current 8.6 guy. But that wasn't the case at all. Ted got crushed. He got a little bit excited, and the pretty looking doctor or dermatologist was like to Ted, calm, stop tedding out. Cool it. Stop. Slow down your teddiness. And as for the cockamouse, was set free by Marshall, and captured by Marshall, and set free through one of the windows in the apartment of him and Ted's apartment. But the cockamouse wasn't a land creature anymore. It was a land creature / air creature. So after it got released by Marshall to go up into the sky and fly like its majestic self of a beast, it came straight back to the window, and Marshall, Robin, and Lily had to close the window, and the cockamouse came straight at the window with such velocity and such force of entry of trying to re-enter the window. And again, Marshall and Lily and Robin closed it. So the cockamouse, the flying cockamouse, hit the window and it smushed itself. And with that, guys, that's how this wonderful and numeristic love of an episode ends. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget, if you want to get more videos like this from me, hit that notification bell, and until we mother again. Bye. And let me know let me know in the comments, if you want to, guys, what is the craziest thing that you have done to try to get yourself out there on the dating grid, if you were an F1 car. So with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Again, don't forget to hit that like button, and if you want more content from me, don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, until we mother again, bye.